The physical universe is a finite set. The number of cells in your body is a finite set. You can count them. The number of bacteria in your gut is a finite set. You can count them. Okay? For some people, it just seems impossible that you can count something as small and as many as a cell. But it's been counted. Okay? And I'll show you how to count the number, for example, of red blood cells in your blood. Okay? So it's something like this. In math, counting is how you count the number of elements in a set. Okay? So in science, the analogy for or the analog for counting is measurement. So it's like we can measure the quantity of red blood cells in your blood. Okay? So how do we do it? Well, if you were to look at the cells, when you put this under a microscope, they are visibly distinct units of things. They look like marbles, only that they are flat. Okay, they look something like that. So they can be counted just by looking at it. So how do we proceed with the process of counting them? So you don't count all red blood cells in your body. That's not how you do it. So this is how you do it. We will get 1 cubic centimeter of your blood. Oh, okay. So can you imagine 1 centimeter? So think of a dice, the dice that we used to play when we were kids. We were playing with them. So just say, for example, it's 1 cubic centimeter. So we can count the quantity or number of red blood cells in 1 cubic centimeter of blood. Okay, so that is our symbol, the number of RBCs per 1 cubic centimeter. So what do we do next? We measure the quantity of blood of an adult person. We know, science know, the average quantity of blood in an adult person is 5,000 cubic centimeters. So doing the math, so if B is the set of red blood cells, the cardinal number of B, the number of elements in set B, will be given by this. Okay, so it's going to be like a multiplication. The number of RBCs per cubic centimeter times 5,000 cc, it's going to give you the estimate number of red blood cells in your blood. So that is how we count it. So in math, we call this counting. In science, we call this measuring. This is what? Okay, you probably don't know what this is, but this is our galaxy. This is the Milky Way. If you were to go out there when the night sky is clear, you will see the faint image of the Milky Way. It is not as bright as this because this one is a photograph that is taken by a radio telescope. You know, the radio telescope can detect faint beams of light, which to the naked eye is all blackness. That's why it's been enhanced. No, it's not been enhanced. This is the quantity of light that can be captured by a radio telescope. So this is the Milky Way. There is the center of the Milky Way, and Earth is close to the edge of the Milky Way. I am showing you this picture because this picture is an example of something that is so huge. It's so huge, it is awe-inspiring. But you will be more awe-inspired if I were to tell you that this is just one galaxy. How many galaxies are there? There are 2 trillion galaxies. This is the latest count or latest estimate of the size of the universe in terms of the number of galaxies. When I was about your age, the state of knowledge at that time was there were 200 billion galaxies. But it's been upgraded to 2 trillion galaxies. That is a lot. And you know what? That number affected me deeply because I thought about it for days. I even tried to measure how big 200 billion is by counting the number through steps. So I would walk 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. And after walking of 2 hours, I only managed to make 3,600 Something like that. Something like 3,200 to 3,600 steps in 2 hours. But the number that I was trying to imagine was 200 billion galaxies. I had to live for something like many thousands of years before I can finish counting 200 billion. But this one, the present estimate of the size of our universe is 2 trillion galaxies. Can we count it? Of course, we can count it. But we do not count it in the same way as counting 1, 2, 3. That is not a sophisticated way of counting. So in science, we call it measuring. So I'm telling you this just to remind us that the physical universe is a finite set. It can be measured. It can be counted. But where is the infinite set? There is no infinite set in the physical universe. The infinite set is an abstract idea. It's an abstract thought. It has no counterpart in the physical world. We have no infinite sets in the physical world. We have no infinite sets in the physical universe, only in the mind.